Hello, everybody, and welcome to Unmade Gaming. It's that time again. We are here for Island in the Sky, and yes, we are down one. Unfortunately, that's okay. Our little college Wesley is doing college things in real life and in the game. But we have the rest of our cast and crew here. We're excited to play. I'm sick. That's fine, and we're gonna play on through. So with us here, as usual, we'll start with Kenny. Kenny, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
So I'm Kenny Hill. You can find me on the internet almost everywhere at /@Kenny Hill, whatever it is. And I'm playing Alethea, who is a passionate rogue elf who has thoughts about magic disappearing in this world.
Is passionate the word we're using today?
Passionate is the word. It's the word of the week.
Okay.
It's passionate.
Okay, cool. Passionate about a lot of other things. Chelsea, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
I am Chelsea. Some of you may know me better as Dot. You can find me online at Little Red Dot, where I do a ton of tabletop RPGs, from GMing to playing to now officially writing. So you can check that out. I am starting to release a lot of content this year, and so I have kind of geared up my Twitch channel, which, thanks to the lovely little, bot out there, unmade bot, tossing out that link. You can check that out and learn more about what I do, because I have a jam-packed schedule every week, playing for, I think I'm on 6 networks now, plus my own, and writing for Wizards. So it's lots of stuff, so you can keep up with me there.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, today I am playing Tisla Onyx Fist. She's our naive dwarf. We'll call her naive. She's a smidge naive. She literally has lived her whole life underground until she accidentally punched a hole.
I think she's more sheltered.
Through the ground.
Sheltered. You're right. Yeah. You're right. She is sheltered. Maybe not naive. She was naive until she punched a hole through the side of an island and saw air for the first time. And so now she has found a ragtag group and is trying to mitigate the ways of the above.
Sorry, someone has had the best tweet ever response to my tweet, and I'm all about it. Last but not least today, Jack, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And tell us about the Island in the Sky.
Yeah, my name is Jack. I go by JackoBuddy online on Twitter and all the different magical places like that, doing lots of things from content creation and writing to playing on different channels, and then running games over on my company's channel, which is Reliant Games, on Tuesday. And then right now on Wednesday, I'm actually over on Little Red Dot's channel playing some Anchorman. And on Thursdays, I'm right here at Unmade Gaming. Beyond that, I write for DM's Guild, and then now I'm actually writing for City of Mist as well. So, very busy writing schedule, lots of things to do. And tonight's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to get some good story stuff, a lot of interesting plot. No college boy here, but that's okay. He's kind of the normal one in the group, so I feel like this is just going to be a week of shenanigans, which should be a lot of fun. My wife is a big fan of this show and told me I'm not allowed to TPK the best friend club, which is the last thing you want to tell a DM, so Perfect. Who knows what's going to happen now.
Yeah, but you'll be in the doghouse forever, so,
I'm always in the doghouse.
Oh.
But speaking of Reliant Games, they are a sponsor of the show. So, Jack, tell us about Reliant Games and how they help the show.
They are a sponsor for this show. Reliant Games is a new small company that does some Twitch shows for tabletop content, and is also working on producing a couple original podcasts, mainly right now using the City of Mist game system. On top of that, we also create podcasts for Twitch streamers and people like that, so that they can move into the podcasting realm. And by sponsoring this show, Reliant Games is going to be turning Island in the Sky into a podcast that is available on iTunes and all the other cool podcasting platforms. So keep an eye out for that. I've actually was working on some little things for that earlier today, in fact, and kind of poking around with it now. So things should be coming soon.
Sweet. And speaking of other sponsors, Kenny, you're another sponsor of the show. Tell us, who are you, and how are you helping the show?
Yeah, so I'm also here on behalf of Dice of Rolling, and we make color-coded dice that are optimized in the quantities you need for 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. We also make battle tokens, but those are going on pre-order till the end of the year because they have been selling like the hot cakes or the pieces of, they almost look like cakes, little pancakes or something. So if you're looking to get dice, you can still get dice. And we are supporting the channel in that if you use the code UMG, you get $1 off your order, and part of the proceeds go to Mike and all of the campaigns he runs here on his channel.
Hell yeah. Speaking of me, I'm playing Human. He's the best boy. The end. Before we jump into things and hand things over to Jack, I'll remind you guys, check the donation section down below. You guys can donate for Nat 1s, Nat 20s, save the party, or curse us and damn us and put Jack in the doghouse for killing us all. But before we do that, Jack, take us away into the island in the sky.
Will do. So, last week we had a very fun, very dramatic encounter. I guess it was 2 weeks ago, because you weren't here last week. I'm so used to saying that. 2 weeks ago, we had a very dramatic encounter with some bandits in the mountain pass as the party was escorting the caravan for their employer, Mortimer, who apparently they signed contracts for and have no recollection of doing. So they were escorting him, got ambushed by these bandits, had a nice fight. Wind is overpowered. We threw some people down the hill. It was a good time. All the while having some very cool kind of flashbacks with all the different characters, developing them out, until a swarm of goblins appeared who apparently have wings in this universe, having adapted to being so high up in the air. And they leapt out in a giant mob and caused quite a situation before an old man who was explained to be called the Old Master appeared and used an incredible power to basically banish all the creatures away and stop the fight, immediately demanding that the bandits stop, go home, and consider the party to be allies. So after speaking a bit, and the bandit leader kind of explained that he once worked for the queen and realized that she was giving herself eternal life using the very magic that is running out in the air, the party was allowed to move on, where they finally were able to head to the Iron Nation, and that is where we're picking up this week. So you guys are just now coming into the main city, the Imperial City in the Iron Nation, which is a very large industrial city with big machines and smokestacks and machines that are made a lot out of like metal and things like that as well, versus stone on the other side of the island. When you guys get here, you're met with a bit of a frantic scene. For those who haven't been here before, might think that this is how things are. But for a rogue, Alethea, and for anyone else who has been here for Tisla as well, things are more frantic than the last time you were here. People seem not like upset per se, but there's something kind of hanging in the air. People are walking a little bit faster. More carts seem to be moving up and down, moving supplies. These are kind of bustling, but it's kind of a tense type of business as you guys come into the city. And so that is where we're going to pick up this week, with you guys entering the Iron Nation.
Oh no! What is this place?
It's a city.
But where are all your trees?
I don't know. Maybe it's not really the environment.
No. And he like squats down. Miss Alethea, where are all your trees?
I mean, we have trees. Trees exist in the
Okay.
Iron Nation.
Mhm.
They're just, we keep them safe
Oh.
in things called parks,
Okay.
which are for the public. Enjoy. So people, the public, the people that make up the public,
Mhm.
can't enjoy the trees in the parks. But
Oh.
we need to get this delivery to my boss.
Okay.
My boss is our current boss's brother. So my other boss, my previous boss, who is our current boss's brother. So, and I know where we need to go for that because I've been there before. So
Oh.
we should go. We should
Yeah,
get going.
So you know where you're headed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah, Mortimer kind of pops his head outside the wagon. Wait, you work for Wilbur?
Yeah. Wilbur, who is my boss, who we are heading towards, apparently, and because you told me that before, that we were heading to a master alchemist, and I only know of one master alchemist here, and that is my old boss Wilbur.
That's the one.
Oh. What does an alchemist do?
We make things. We make all kinds of things.
Are you an alchemist?
Am I an alchemist?
Yeah, you said we.
I dabble in a certain kind of it could be called alchemy. Yeah, because I things together.
I'm so proud of you.
It's pretty incredible. Is this
I
your
don't know what
teacher?
that means.
I don't know if you call me. I don't. It's an interesting relationship.
Oh, you in a relationship?
Not that kind of, not like that kind of relationship. It's an interesting working relationship.
So it's going well. Working.
He tolerates me.
Wow, he tolerates you? That's more than he does for me.
Is it just me, or is everybody rushing about? Makes me nervous.
Everyone is very fast here. You're right.
Can I reach out, like, stop somebody?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, somebody that looks really busy or frantic. Excuse me, don't mean to, get in your way or nothing, but, I have a question.
Okay, you don't want to get in my way, and you're in my way. What you want?
Just, where is it that you're headed? Why is everybody rushing about? Did we miss the party?
The party? No, there ain't no party. Haven't you heard? They say there's war coming. War is good for business, good for the pockets.
Oh, no.
With who?
That doesn't sound good.
What do you mean war with who? Who do you think? There's only two groups on this island. We're not fighting ourselves.
You
Well,
mean
you could
civil
fight
war?
yourself.
No, we're fighting the magic people. All them guys. That's what they're saying. I mean,
Oh,
none of this is
no.
official. The Emperor's gonna talk at some point on it, but we all know what he's gonna say.
I have friends there.
It's true. What if we appreciate your time? Thank you for stopping. It's right polite of you.
Not like I had much choice. And he just kind of shuffles off, keeps going, like writing on like a pad or something. And y'all would notice there's more soldiers patrolling the streets than is normal as well.
Guys, I don't know if you know this, but my best friend Wesley's gone. Also, he's from the Magic Kingdom.
Oh, I can explain that. I sent Wesley to escort our other employer, Felix, to the inn here in town, which is called the Iron Works.
Oh,
Not to be confused with the Iron Works. Don't go to the Iron Works.
what?
You sent him. You sent Wesley, who's never been here before, by himself with Felix.
Oh, Felix knows the way.
That makes sense to me.
Can I just... Maybe it's because I've lived under the ground for, I don't know, ever. But war was bad, right?
Oh, yeah. People killing each other, lots of bloodshed. Not good.
That
So why
sounds
is everybody
terrible.
so excited?
Well, because people can make a lot of money on war. Selling weapons, selling supplies, ammunition, giving loans to the military. I mean, your people are probably making a killing right now.
Who's killing?
No, he means lots of money.
Oh,
But I don't really have a side.
No, but y'all make metal, and their weapons are made of metal. So
So
you
we
benefit.
just serve both of them and feed the fire of war.
Mm-hmm. That's how it works.
Miss Alethea. What's a money?
That's a good question.
Thank
Money is a
It's like,
an agreed upon item that is used
Mm-hmm.
and given a value. Why am I? So you can get stuff.
Oh,
right,
It
it's,
agrees that it's worth something, so that you can
you
get
don't trade stuff, human.
no, I just ask for things.
And you've never had to pay for nothing.
No. If you ask the trees nicely
Well,
for
I'm glad
food,
you're my
the
friend.
trees just give you food if you ask nicely.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I've just now seen trees.
Well, I don't know where else you get food from, but that's where I get it from. And sometimes...
You. War.
Yeah.
This is a problem. I don't really have a side, but unfortunately, because there's only two sides, so the very gentleman stated, that means that we're standing on one. Is this what we want us to be?
Well,
I don't know what's going on.
I don't have a side either.
I don't know if you remember, but the Queen, she's sucking the magic out the air.
I remember that.
Right.
But she's not giving any back.
Right.
Right.
But do we really want to stand with these people?
No, I don't think we should be with either of them. They're both because
So what
they
do we
made
do? Just stand on the line.
because they made magical guns that also take the magic out of the air.
Well, okay. First of all, we don't use really magic. I mean, we do in
This guy
Ireland.
said you did.
Yeah. And I get that we all want to avert this crisis that we're experiencing here.
Uh-huh.
And we have some very sensitive cargo. So and I want to take care of you guys because I know it's all very confusing, and I was overwhelmed when I first came here too. I know how overwhelming this place can be with all the people, and they smell, and it's a lot to take in. So we want to get somewhere safe, and we need, because we don't want the people who eventually we're going to get their hands on this cargo to get their hands on this cargo, because I don't think any of us want to be accomplices or to war crimes and terrible things that could happen. But I've known my boss, I've known Wilbur for a while. It's a small while, but I think he knows what to do. He's generally good.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah.
Well, does it seem like we've got some better option? Lead the way.
I don't know what a lot of what you said means, but I'm gonna come with you anyway.
Gavin just pats Human on the shoulder. That's the spirit.
Thanks, man. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I Mortimer, we can't just be out on the street with this. We have to keep moving.
Yep. You're the boss. Well, I'm the boss, but yeah, you're right. Let's go. Okay, so you guys take this caravan and you head down. So the way this city is built, the city grew to a point where the way they wanted to build it out, they actually built platforms that extend out over the edge of the island that are held up by very thick support beams that wrap around and tie into the bottom of the island. And you guys actually go down some ramps to a part of the city that is built underneath this platform that they call the Undercity. It's the kind of more impoverished, kind of cheaper part of the town, which is pretty large, and a lot of it is just little rickety passages and bridges and things thrown over these scaffoldings to basically build a whole nother city underneath here. So you kind of bring this cart down here, and it takes you quite some time to find a safe enough route to get it to where Wilbur's alchemy shop is. But finally, you're able to get there. And another thing to kind of note about down here is even during the day, it's pretty dark down here because you're underneath the city, under this platform. So there's just a lot of lanterns and things lighting here, a lot of gas lanterns. And so you make your way and you finally arrive in front of, for Alethea, the familiar shop of her employer, Wilbur, the alchemist. And Mortimer goes, all right, this is the place right here.
Yeah, this is the place. I don't.
Just knock.
One thing. So, something I forgot to mention. Because I'm forgetful, right? Wilbur refuses to speak to me, so you're going to have to talk to him for me. It's in the contract.
Why will he speak to you?
We had a falling out or 2 or 3.
Excuse me. What
Yes.
else is in the contract?
That after this deal is done, you guys are done and get paid.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
Well, that
Okay.
seems
Neat.
reasonable.
Then Yumin will have money of his own.
Neat.
Right. Okay. Well, knock knock.
Yeah. No, I got this. And I knock.
You okay?
After a minute, the door opens, and you see the familiar face of the Kobold Wilbur, who is very similar to Mortimer, but he's a little bit shorter, if you can believe it, and a little bit chubbier. He's kind of like, Alethea, there you are.
There's
I
two
was
of
just
them.
about to fire you.
Oh,
Well, don't do that. We're here.
don't put her on
He's a
fire.
dwarf.
That's my friend.
I am so sorry.
For what? We did
Yeah,
the
well-
job.
Why are we apologizing?
This tiny man told us that it was our job to bring this cart full of stuff here to this tiny man who looks the same. And we did it. You shouldn't be sorry. You should be happy.
It's true. We did it.
You're working for my brother?
Working for is a
What?
very
Yeah.
strong term. Okay.
I should be very upset, but I'm only mildly disappointed.
Okay.
Not unlike you humans to not know how to pick a side.
Yeah.
not?
I mean, we're just confused, and we need your help in this matter because we have some sensitive materials.
Well, yeah, I ordered it. Come in, we'll talk. And he kind of ushers you inside. This is a alchemy workshop, so there's all these machines, and you see different bins with different colored powders and things everywhere. Lots of crates with very strange things. There's beakers and vials and all kinds of crazy just chemical alchemy tools in here. And he kind of looks over and says, "So let me guess. My no good brother wants to raise the price. Well, how much does he want?"
We hadn't exactly discussed that before we came in to discuss a price.
Okay, so he's not raising the price. Well, then what's the problem?
Do you know that there's a war happening?
I've heard rumors.
Yeah, us too. And then everyone up there is all, there's a war happening.
What are you?
I'm human.
You don't look human to me.
Well, that's the only way I know how to look. Also, you have magic weapons. That's what the little guy that looks like you told us.
That's right. It's a shipment of magic guns. They're really cool. They shoot ice and some of them shoot fire.
Yeah, but where do you put the magic when you're done with it?
That's not my problem. I'm selling it to someone else. I'm just a supplier.
Well, you just take it.
Well, not my problem.
Oh.
Okay.
But it is your problem.
Miss Alessia, I think he's a bad guy.
I've never heard anybody talk to my boss like this before, so I'm a little freaked out.
He's a little guy, it's okay.
Well, enough beating around the bush and talking rumors and stuff. What's the problem?
I don't know. We were just told to bring it to you, and we did.
Okay, cool.
Thanks.
Well, then here's the money. You can leave the stuff over there in the corner.
No, does anybody else get that weird feeling in the bellies?
Oh, that's hungry.
No, the other one, the one that's like, this is bad.
Oh, I have a powder for that. Alethea has to use it a lot. It's a kind of bluish powder, and it really helps with that kind of indigestion.
Okay, we don't need to talk about my nervous stomach issues or it's boss. I mean, I know that I did not leave on the best of terms, but I I don't know that I can condone war crimes. And I can't. I don't know. I don't think I can. I don't know if I can give you these items. Even I know that your brother, was contracted to bring them to you, but I have to put my foot down because it's bad.
So let me get this straight. You don't want to sell me the weapons because you're afraid they're going to be used in a war.
Yes.
Of all the hypocritical things I've heard in my life.
Hey,
But your brother didn't know that they were weapons either, right? Right, Mortimer?
He's still outside, but Wilbur kind of shrugs and says, he probably doesn't want me to have them either. I'm talking about you. Here you are condoning me for selling weapons for war, and you were making them right before you left.
What?
Wait a second. You was making weapons?
I did not know that a war was on the horizon. I was yes, making weapons, but for what I thought was peacekeeping reasons for the guard. And the guard, like, you need weapons to maintain the peace.
But if nobody's got any weapons, then you don't have to worry about having to have weapons.
You used red powder. What did you think it was going to do?
Yeah.
You were building bombs that they push off airships to raise cities.
That
Okay.
sounds bad.
Let's just get past the pointing of fingers. I got some questions.
Okay, dwarf, what you want?
Okay.
This is a good
So-
part.
You buy weapons from somebody else, and then you turn around and you sell those weapons to somebody else.
I'm a distributor.
So you're simply in it for the monies.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you know that those weapons may be sold to some creepy creep who's going to put it at the right end of somebody else's face.
No, I'm selling it directly to a contact in the military.
Oh.
Oh, so it's better because it's going towards the military.
It is. It's not going into some random mugger's hands or something like that. I happen to be very proud of my nation, and I love supporting my military.
I have a question.
Okay.
Oh, okay. You bought these from the Magic Kingdom,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're giving them to the guys that are gonna fight the Magic Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Why would the Magic Kingdom sell you weapons to fight them with?
Because they want money.
But that doesn't make any sense. This money thing's dumb.
So you're using the Magic Kingdom's weapons against them?
They sold them to me.
That is wrong.
Yeah. Just ask for them.
I didn't ask for you to come here and give me a moral lesson. I asked you to come here and sell me some guns. Now, are you going to sell them or not?
Well, okay. What if I told you I didn't actually sign that contract, or at least I don't remember it? And,
I don't know,
what if I
any-
told you that if I knew you was running weapons between mountain passes, then I too would not have signed up? I just want to know more about this blasted island floating in the sky. Not about signs of magic being sucked out of the sky and being used in weapons against other people. That's wrong.
Miss Tisla, it floats because the air is magic.
What? Well, we know we've got to be sinking like a ship.
Yeah.
Because we're sucking the magic out the sky.
I know, that's what I told you.
Did you know that? Do you know when you hand those weapons over to the military there, sir, that they're going to use them and it's all the magic out the sky, and we're just like, what happens when we hit the bottom?
Yeah, you gotta give it back.
Have you ever seen a melon go splat?
You lot seem to know an awful lot about all the things happening on this island. We're just a bunch of hired mercenaries to move a caravan.
Well, we're an astute group.
I don't know what that means.
I do.
All right.
It means we are very smart people, and we pick up on things and ask the right questions.
Yeah. And I know magic.
You ask all the right questions of all the wrong people. You got a problem with the way things are going, talk to the government. Talk to the emperor. Talk to the military. Don't be talking to me. I'm just trying to run a business.
All right, I'll give you a pass on the whole selling weapons thing, but what makes you think any of those people would want to talk to us?
They probably don't.
That doesn't fix my problem.
It's not my problem.
Oh. Do you know a little girl named Anna?
Who?
No.
A little girl named Anna.
Nope.
Okay. I'm looking for her. If you find her, let her know that I'm looking for her. And my name is Human.
You know what? You want to be a bunch of religious bumpkins. Why don't you go out to the little temple on the side of town and pray with all those goddess worshippers over there or something, and say your little prayers and fix whatever magic-y thing you're talking about. But I'm trying to do business.
Okay. Well, I am not. Tisla is right, and Human is right, and I don't. We are not going to do business with you, and whoever you were gonna do business with is not going to be happy with you, and you are going to fire me anyways. So I will take my leave, and I will take my stuff, because I assume my stuff is still here, and we'll go somewhere else with these items.
This is your home.
Temporary. No, I always knew this was gonna be a temporary situation. I've learned all I can from you anyways, and I don't need you and this workshop.
Yeah.
There's tons of other workshops that'd be happy to have if I.
Or I teach you magic.
Or he can teach me magic.
Yeah.
So
Or-
I hold all the cards in this situation because I have the items and I am doing the talking, and I was a good employee sometimes. So I know whoever you're doing business with they will be disappointed with you just like you're disappointed with me. But I just don't think that this
Wait a second.
is not the path we can't go down.
I'll tell you what. I'll pay you triple your salary, and I'll teach you how to make the gold powder if you stay. And sell me the weapons.
I don't know what that means.
Me either. I don't know.
I mean, the gold powder?
What's the gold powder?
The gold powder.
I mean, because if I had the gold powder, that would open up so many options and so many different avenues of research that I could do. And
Mm-hmm.
Is it worth knowing that you put guns in the hands of the military that's going to kill people?
Triple the salary is.
I don't know what a salary is.
Me neither.
it's more money stuff. And you have to have money to do research. And if I am going to continue my research after this little shenanigan is over and figure out a solution to this magic problem that we're having, I need to have money so I can do research and
What if I give you all the gemstones out my head?
Well, that seems like it would hurt.
It would. But then you don't have to take his deal.
Yeah, he seems
I
like a
know,
bad
like,
guy.
Well, since we all came together, people have just been forcing us into deals. I was like, oh, here's the contract you don't remember signing. Let me pay you triple times your salary. I don't even know what it is, but I assume it means lots more monies. Life's more important than money. It's gotta be. Or what's the purpose of living?
Okay, you're right. It's we, I think I know in my head who can help us in this situation, as much as I loathe to admit it. I think I have an idea where we should take these items and
Okay.
so that they won't hurt anybody.
Oh, I like this plan. Okay, what is it? Where?
All right, Wilbur, I'm out of here. You can keep your money and your gold powder, and I'll figure it out on my own.
Which,
I'll give you and your secrets.
right. Yeah.
You
And
know,
Wilbur kind of narrows his eyes at you. He goes, "You ungrateful urchin. There I
Hey!
am. I picked your little sorry, washed up, poor excuse for whatever you were off the street, brought you all the way across the mountain pass, gave you a job, taught you alchemy, let you forget all about that little past you don't really want to remember, do you?
you know,
Have
Miss
you told them
Alethea,
where you're from?
Miss Alethea, you want to know something that I know?
What do you?
What do you know, you?
Oh, sorry, I was waiting for her to say yes. And he squats down to like both of your levels, and he says, and he actually gets like this weird, like dark look in his eyes. He says, "Sometimes when you have berries and one of them is bad, you have to squash it, or it makes all the rest of the berries bad." And then he stands back up. That's the thing that I know.
It's a high probability, human. That's the smartest thing you've ever said.
Oh,
I don't know that I understood it.
okay. I was just letting you know.
I just want to let you know that you have no right to look at her and call
Oh.
her nothing, no names. I don't care what you did for her.
Yeah.
She owes you nothing.
Mhm.
And if she doesn't want to trade you the guns, well, then she has a choice. And her choice is that she doesn't want to. And just because you don't like it does not give you the right to be an ass.
No, it doesn't. But I guess her parents were right all along.
Who cares?
Let's go on. Take the guns. Take them back across. Give them to the little magic people. Go work with your parents.
I've got an idea. You know what I want to do with the guns?
Punch him.
No,
Oh.
I want to dump them off the side.
But what does that do?
Nothing. That's the whole point.
Oh.
It shows the insignificantness of them. Things
Oh.
only have value, human, as Alethea so pointed out, when we give it to them. These guns don't have value if we don't let them be important.
So
Okay.
your people slave over mining minerals just for you to throw them
My
up
people are in slavery. That's the difference.
to
If they knew
themselves?
the truth, and I'm gonna bring it to them. That is my goal, and I'm gonna find out the truth and let them know. And you know what? When they find out that they're slaving, you're right, away to make guns that kill people on the surface, my people would know that that is wrong.
Okay, but what if the magic's already in the weapon?
I don't know. All I know is that if they're not here, then we can't worry about monies of bargainings or name calling.
Oh. Okay.
I want to go now.
Okay.
Come on, Alethea. We don't need him, nor his skeezy alchemy.
I
Don't let
don't
the door
know.
hit you on the way out, magic girl.
I don't know
Oh,
your
that's-
name, tiny man,
I'll
but I
help
don't
with
like
that
you.
so it doesn't hit anyone on the way out. I would like to rip the door from the hinges.
Okay, yeah, you can do that considering you have fists of rock without
I just
even.
want to rip his own door. Don't worry, now I can't hit no one on the way out. And I'll toss it to the side. Fuck you.
You know what, Jack?
So
What is
for the door to the street.
what is this? What does this store look like?
It's just like it's a kind of like small metal building. It's kind of like rounded and kind of like welded together, and then inside is just like a bunch of like buckets full of different chemicals and powders and things, and then lots of like chemistry tools and like beakers and stuff that he uses to like mix things. And then there's like a back room where he probably stores his products.
Okay. Yeah, Human kind of walks out and he says, "You know what? I don't like you. And I don't like you either, Monty. Or whatever. I didn't get your name either. It wasn't important." And he picks him up and puts him inside the shop. He says, "You two are bad guys, and you were mean to my friends. Say sorry.
What did I do?
You were mean too. And you did bad stuff.
But we had a huddle.
Yeah, it was a bad huddle, and I don't like that you were in it. You snuck in the huddle. You weren't
Well,
even the huddle, buddy."
Oh, he did kind of sneak in.
He did sneak in. Now
You
say
know what?
sorry.
Yeah. I'll take sorry.
And he's demanding from the two kobolds that they say sorry.
Mortimer kind of looks at it and says, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ruin the sanctity of a huddle.
Oh.
That's a terrible thing."
Oh, okay, cool. And he picks him back up and puts him back outside the store. And now you! Say sorry!
I say sorry. You ripped my door out.
You were mean!
It's, you know.
You
It was
hurt
an
my
accident.
friend's feeling.
I'm not saying sorry to any traitors and two-faced con artists.
Oh. Alethea, he won't say sorry, so I'll say I'm sorry. I'm sorry he's a butt. And then Human puts both of his hands up, and then woof, and he casts wind wall, or whatever the hell it is, in the store.
Oh, to break all his stuff?
Oh man. Yeah, this wind just shoots in here, and first of all, because he's a small kobold, he goes flying against the back wall, and then all these little colored powders just start flying through the air and hitting the wall and like sparking like little fireworks and firecrackers everywhere. And then like you just see like smoke and stuff just fill the whole room. And you hear him, "You're gonna pay for that!"
I don't have any money!
It's right.
Now we can go. And he grabs the cart and starts pushing it.
And then
That was a
Gavin
nice
leans over,
thing.
"You know we still have like horses, right?"
Oh, I got overexcited. I'm sorry, Gavin. Do the thing. Yeah, perfect.
Yep, and y'all can get out of there. So where do y'all want to go?
We have all the weapons?
Yeah, y'all haven't unloaded anything. Y'all left a smoking alchemy shop behind you.
Miss Alethea, where do you want to go? You're sad.
That's right. Where you wants to go?
That was the nicest thing anybody's ever done for me, and I've never seen anybody talk to my boss like that. He's scary.
He's a jerk, a tiny
No,
little
he's not.
jerk.
He's a small little shit.
Yes, he's a small little.
Man, imagine if you didn't say sorry. He looks
I know, right? See, I'm a huddle buddy.
We'll see.
I mean, as much as I hate to admit it, maybe Wes was right about some stuff, and Human was right about some stuff, and you know, there is a temple in the city for the goddess, and maybe they probably want to fix the problem too. And that's all I ever wanted to do is fix the problem.
I know.
And
We know.
and if we take it to them, maybe they'll know what to do.
So you think if we take the weapons to the church, they're gonna know what's up?
Maybe.
All right.
Okay. Why don't we not tell anyone we've got the weapons until we know exactly who we want to give them to? Because I have this feeling if everybody around here finds out we've got a cart full of weapons, we're going to become a bit of a target.
Yeah.
Well, as long as we didn't piss off a powerful business owner who wants nothing more than to get his hands on them, I'm sure everything will be great.
Well, one step at a time, right? So for now, we're just going to there's nothing back there, right? We're going to go to the church. I think this is a good idea. They won't attack us if we go to the temple.
They could have
Right?
squished him.
Right. Well, do you know how to get there, Alethea?
You know, I've never been there before. I know it's across town somewhere, and maybe, you know, if Wes can't find us at the alchemy shop, I really hope he doesn't go there. Maybe, it would make sense that he would head to the temple next. Since he's into that.
Okay. I take it he's into it. Okay. Well, if he's into it, I'm into it. That's where we can go. Okay. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Well,
I like this game.
It's like a huddle, but with shouting.
Yeah, it's like that.
So we're making our way across town.
Yeah.
yeah, I guess we're
Alright.
gonna travel across town. Yeah, I don't know if I hope the weapons are like covered, right? They're in like a covered cart or something.
So-
Okay.
Yeah, they're in a covered cart, then they're in crates. And remember, on top of the crates, they have like those lamps. So it looks like it's just a bunch of magic lamps, but then
Okay.
underneath those is the guns.
Okay.
So they're pretty well hidden. So yeah, you guys take your cart kind of back across the city and kind of towards the outside and start looking for this temple. You'll probably ask a couple people for directions and are finally pointed to kind of outside the town. You find a very old part of the city before they really had like metal buildings and stuff. When they first came over here, there's like stone buildings like out of brick and things like that. And you find an old stone temple that's very weathered, but you can tell is still active, and people do their best to take care of it. The gardens are well kept in the front, things like that. And so you kind of pull up to this large kind of old temple.
I think we found it.
I think so. We don't see anybody just right out.
There's probably like a couple people walking around, like someone's probably taking care of the garden, and you see like someone sitting on a bench reading, things like that. But it's not like on a day when there would be like a worship service or something like that.
I see. Okay. Excuse me, Mr. Gardner.
Yes.
If we was to talk to, are they a priest, Alethea? What are they? Who's in charge? If we wanted to see the priest or whoever is in charge, how is he available?
Oh yeah. Father Giles is his name. You can find him in the main sanctuary there.
Father, that is just wonderful. Thank you. Is it all right if we just leave our cart here? We'll be
Sure.
safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a lot of crime in this part of the town. No one wants to come here. We're all poor folk.
Right. That's great. Well, come along.
All
I
right.
guess, we're headed into the temple.
Lead the way.
Yeah, so you kind of go through these kind of wooden double doors that open up, and you see kind of like almost kind of a classic church scene. There's like 2 rows of pews, and then stone walls that kind of surround the building. There's like stained glass windows that depict like different scenes of the island, like kind of floating in the sky and things like that. And then there's kind of the altar space in the front, and up there you see a man who is kind of seated behind like a little table, and he has like a book that he's reading, and he's wearing some kind of long blue robes that are kind of the color of like the followers of the goddess. You'll actually kind of recognize this blue from Wes's weapon whenever he did those powers and stuff in the last fight.
Who's I don't even know what to say to nobodies of the church.
Hi, my name is Human.
He kind of looks up and adjusts his glasses that he's wearing. He says, "Oh, hello, human."
Oh, hi. Your son outside sent us in here.
True.
Yeah. You can have a seat if you'd like. You can approach me if you had questions.
We
Make
have
yourself
lots
at
of
home.
questions.
Oh,
Human, yes, we do have questions.
I know,
We-
that's what we said.
We're new to town, right, Human?
I'm new to town.
It's true. And we was hearing about a war that may be coming up, and it made
You
us a
did.
smidge nervous.
It did.
oh. I see. Yes. Any tidings of such things like war or conflict can certainly put one on edge. What could I do to help?
Bring the magic back.
He's a funny one. No, we was just
What?
maybe you're not so fond of this here war.
Oh.
The
Bring
change.
the magic back.
Hmm?
What do you mean by that?
The magic. Bring it back.
No, we didn't. Oh.
Where did it go?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
It's not gone anywhere. He's just a smidge confused. He thinks, right, Alethea, that war steals the magic, which is just a ridiculous idea.
Is that what you think, human?
And he kind of like looks down at Tisla. What about with all the and the
No, we don't
and
know.
then the cart and then the
Shh.
queen?
Oh, we don't have a cart.
I'm gonna let Alethea and Tisla talk. And then he takes a step. He takes a step back.
I think we should all go speak in my office. How does that sound?
That's okay.
All right.
I'll make some tea.
Oh, I
Okay.
like tea.
It's nice.
Wait, you
Tea.
made that tea before?
Yeah, I mean it's natural, right? So
it's just herbs and
it's
hot
leaves
water.
and hot water. So yeah, that's
It's probably had lots of tea.
yeah. Besides water, he drinks tea.
Okay. Yeah, so he leads you kind of back into like a side door that goes into kind of like a small office. There's enough room for everyone to kind of sit. And he goes over to a table, and you see he has like a stand to heat water on, and he puts the kettle on there, and he actually pulls out a match, being something more used on this side of the world, and strikes it and lights like a little fire underneath it to heat it. When most people would use like magic or some type of machine to do it, he's doing it very naturally, like with this fire, and he begins warming the water. He says, "Now, why did you come here today?"
First of all, we were traveling with a friend. It's a little taller than me. Human paladin. Named Wes.
My best friend.
Yes, Newman's best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen anyone that description? Any Wes come by you here?
I did have some paladins come by a few days ago, but I don't believe any of them were named Wes.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's fine. I'm sure he'll turn up. He'll turn up later. So here's the thing, Father Giles. I and my company here have come into possession of some nefarious magical items. Weapons.
Okay, so we was kind of tricked into doing a weapons deal.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be real with you here, Father. And what that means is when we got there, we just got this icky feeling about actually giving the weapons to the person we were supposed to sell them to. And so we said no, because we're good people, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're good people. Or, you know, so now we're kind of stuck with some high-powered weaponry that we don't want to see fall into the hands of the military, who's going to use it for a war that not one of the three of us are interested in being a part of.
I see. That is a bit of a dilemma then.
Yeah. And I've heard, even if I do myself come from under the ground, that oftentimes the temple is where you come for guidance. So we're just a smidge lost. I'm going to be honest with you.
I see. And he kind of reaches over and he takes the tea kettle off and pours it into some mugs and puts it in front of you with the leaves, kind of getting to make the tea. And he kind of looks over at your group and says, "Now, human, I want you to tell me all about how you got here."
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh, well then one time, when I was little, I was a wolf. And then a long time happened, and then I wasn't a wolf, and I was wandering around, and then I was inside of a place that I was lost in, and then I met an old man who called me a coot, and then the old man made me run around, and then I met a boy, and that's my best friend Wesley. And then he took me to meet his other dad, and then his other dad, and then... Oh, and then I had a dream and I saved the world and got squashed. And then I met this lady, and they're my best friends too. And then we all came here with the little guy and a cart, and then we crossed through the mountains, and a guy was like, I'm a wizard, and he was, and made all the goblins stop hitting us. And then we came through, and then we met the other little guy who looks like the first little guy, and he was all like, I want to buy weapons. And we were like, no. And then I whooshed him, and I broke all of his stuff. Here I am.
Let's see. So, in this dream, you said you saved the world. From what?
The end of it.
And why would the world end, even?
Because all the magic is going away.
Oh,
Ah. Now it all makes sense.
Yeah.
that's good.
Now, for the other two of you, in the future, if you want to go asking for help, you should begin by actually asking what you actually need help with.
We need help bringing the magic back. You guys are stealing it.
It's true, but it's a bit hard to know who to trust if you know what I mean.
That's why I trust everyone.
Oh.
I do. I see. Oh boy.
Ow.
He's a handful, isn't he?
He's quite innocent. It's a smidge inspiring, actually. Hi.
Thank you.
Well,
See what I mean?
I want to make sure I understand everything well. Human, in this dream, was it just you or you and your friends?
All my best friends. And a little girl named Anna.
And his eyebrow kind of raises at that.
Do you know my little friend Anna? She's also my best friend. I just haven't met her yet.
This Anna, young girl, brown hair down to here, magic.
Yeah.
You know her. She's for real.
I do know her.
Well, everyone else was for real. Why wouldn't she be for real?
How
Okay.
very interesting that, of all people, Anna would appear in your dream.
Why is that?
Because she's the queen's daughter.
Oh, the queen's stealing all the magic.
Oh! We have reason to believe the queen is stealing the magic.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's been doing that for a long time.
I knew
Anyone
it!
who uses magic is stealing magic.
No, you gotta give it back. It's like trees.
Human, I have bad news for you. You can't give magic back.
I do it all the time.
No, you give life back to nature, and your magic is a bit different because it ties with nature.
Oh.
But magic, as is the force in the air, when it is used, it is burned and consumed forever.
Oh, well, stop doing that.
Forever.
Forever.
So, just to give you some perspective, I myself have just found out I live on an island in the sky. See, I thought I lived under the ground, which I guess a technicality I did, but I don't actually, since I live on a fucking island in the sky.
Oh.
Hey?
Dwarves don't know they live on an island. Interesting.
Most dwarves don't know that they live on an island in the sky. I have lots of questions, and it seems like not a soul that lives both above and below this island know anything about it, except that magic holds it up in the air. And everybody's now telling me we know the queen is sucking magic from the sky through a straw, and everybody's using it up, but nobody's concerned that the island's not just going to drop free.
I see. Well, You're not the only ones that believe this.
Okay, well, that's okay.
There is someone who I think could help you, who has all the answers you probably need.
Oh, that's good. I like those. Is it Anna?
Okay.
Anna may know some, but
Oh.
getting to her is going to be difficult.
Oh.
But there's another who would know more. You see, I am not from the Iron Nation. I was actually from the Kingdom of Magic and was banished for my belief that technology is also from the goddess, just as magic is. I believe that they work in harmony and can be one and the same, but of course, not all believe that. And here I am in my little temple on the outside of the city. But on my journey from the kingdom to here, I traveled through the pass with on my own, small cart, single horse, when an avalanche struck and buried me and nearly killed me. But I was saved by an old wizard I believe you have encountered,
Oh.
who they call the Old Master.
I knew that guy knew something.
I knew that guy.
The Old Master lives atop the world. Now, where exactly, I don't know. But he is the one who told me first, years ago, that magic was running out and coming to an end. And he had an idea of where more might be found.
Oh.
And he told me that if I ever found a group of people that perfectly fit the idea that they are the ones who should go find it, to send them his way. Lo and behold, the group of you walk into my temple and tell me about a dream. You know about the magic going away. And you've even seen the Old Master. Well, if that doesn't fit his instructions, I don't know what does.
Yeah, but what Human failed to tell you is we all died in that dream.
No, I said that. I died.
Oh,
I get
right.
I get smashed.
We all died in
Oh, I didn't see that part.
So you're telling us it's like fate or destiny or some business, and we dreamt about it, and now we're supposed to go out and do it again?
I
Yeah.
wouldn't say that.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Maybe, perhaps. I don't know all the workings of the goddess, but maybe it was a warning. Maybe now you know.
Okay. Now we know that we're not supposed to go.
No, to not get squished.
Oh,
I'm more inclined with the big one.
oh.
Thanks.
So you're telling me that we have to go find this guy who we already encountered. It was
Mm-hmm.
so much easier if we had known at that time that we needed to stay with him. And we don't even have our friend, and our friend's not here, and we have to go searching all over a mountain to find some.
You said atop the highest part of the mountain.
Somewhere in the peaks. I don't know which peak. But I do
Okay.
know someone who knows where he is.
Oh. That person doesn't happen to like to take trips and show people where this here wizard lives?
No, but I imagine you could convince him to. He is a fairly holy man, after all.
Oh. Well, Human, he's quite, convincing.
I
Thank
noticed.
you.
Yes, you should seek out a small village in the mountains, and specifically their leader, a former paladin named Carvos.
Oh, I know that guy too.
Oh, good.
Carvos
I
was-
hit him on the head. A lot.
Yeah, that happened.
Hmm? And I whooshed all of his friends.
No, friends is a strong term. Perhaps we could get a letter from, because you seem on good terms, Father Giles, with this Carvos person. And because I have a feeling if he sees us, we're not gonna live long enough to have a chat with him unless we have maybe some sort of letter from you.
True.
No, it's fine. I apologize for hitting him in the head.
Oof, you drive a hard bargain, but I suppose I could find the effort to write you a letter.
that'd be great. That would just, it would be
Just
so
something. Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. It didn't go so well last time we stepped into his little, you know.
You two don't laugh much, do you?
I'm funny. I laugh.
Alethi is sad right now.
It's true. Somebody was mean to her.
He was very
Real
mean.
mean. He was so mean.
Yeah,
I would be
whooshed
smiling.
him.
Well, if he was whooshed, then I think you're even.
I took his door too.
Ooh. Now
You
that's a great sin. Taking a man's door.
Well, next time he shouldn't have to smack me on the hiney.
Again, she doesn't laugh much, does she?
What was funny? There was no jokes.
I just-
surface dwellers.
I just like to laugh.
Well, human, we can't all be sunshine and rainbows.
You could be.
You could be.
I agree.
Well, okay.
See?
You two should listen to Human more. He is possibly the wisest person I've met in many years.
He's human.
Yep, that's me. Human.
Well,
So what? We're just supposed to take your note, well, right back into his where we started, and then what? And then what?
So before I mean, because we still need to wait around until we find our friend, and I imagine that he will make his way here at some point, but perhaps in the meantime there's some preparation. One, we should give some things to you for safekeeping here,
Oh yeah.
perhaps. Unless you
Certainly.
think to us to bargain with Carvos. Maybe Carvos. No, I don't know if I want that crazy guy having stuff. That's
No.
a really bad idea. I feel like keeping some of these weapons out of, maybe we can bring the other stuff that aren't the weapons to Carvos. That might be good. A show of faith, like a show of goodwill and friendship and snacks.
Show of-
That
what-
would incline him to help us find the old master.
Okay. So you're saying he wants to keep the cart here?
Just the weapon part of the cart.
we have a storehouse we could keep him in the basement.
Yeah. We can
Do
take the
we
lamp.
have one of those there huddles we do so well?
You
You're
want to
welcome
do a
to
huddle?
stay outside if you need.
Hey, the main guy that I wish told us to come here.
He did tell us to come here. Okay, yeah, just quickly.
Oh, this is my favorite.
I pull him in. I'm like, do you think keeping the weapons period is a good idea? I vote we go dump them off a ledge somewhere. Get rid of them, smash them, destroy.
But I would like to think that at some point in the future that the weapons could be repurposed for a more noble cause.
But they're still gonna suck the magic out the air, regardless of who uses them and for what purpose.
But they're already imbued with the magic, I think.
And we reverse that.
I don't know. I could play with one.
Okay.
I would like to play with one of the weapons.
Yeah. We appreciate your time, Father. We've got to go get the cart ready because we're gonna go see your friend at the top of a mountain somewhere. Say hello.
Hmm. Well, if you have any other questions for me, I'll be here.
This is just super duper.
Good luck.
Thank you. Yeah. So I would like to go back outside and get Mortimer and have him open up one of the crates. We'll pull around back so like there's nobody around, perhaps, to see us. and I would like to more closely inspect one of these weapons because I don't know, maybe I can figure it out.
Okay. Yeah. Mortimer goes and kind of opens up one of the crates, pulls the lamp out the way, lifts up like a false bottom, and pulls one of these kind of pistol things out. He says, "Now, do you want the ice or the fire?"
I want the fire.
Ooh, okay. And he pulls out a red one and gives it to you.
Okay. So I would like to inspect this because alchemy, magic, like they're all kind of the same thing, sort of maybe. So, and especially since I am all about explosives in my spare time, perhaps an investigation check to see if they are currently imbued with magic.
Yeah.
Or if.
Yeah, for that, you could do Arcana. Would be probably the best roll for looking for the magic and how it works like that.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah. No. Let's see how the dice gods are feeling today. Oh, okay.
Hey, that's not bad.
Not bad.
So a big popular thing in the Kingdom of Magic for a long time is things like the lights and stuff, where they call it magic tech, and it's where kind of like in vanilla D&D, you can make a magic scroll where you cast a spell into a scroll, and anyone can take this scroll and cast a spell out of it. It's like that, but it's imprinted in such a way that it's infused with a lot of magic. That essentially the way it works is there's some magic in this gun, and when you pull the trigger, it activates the magic, which will actually suck magic energy from the air, channel it, and use it to cast whatever spell is linked to the item. In this case, this gun, when you pull it, basically just generates a stream of fire. It's like a little mini hand flamethrower.
I want to keep this.
Okay.
For myself. For reasons.
We need to make sure people don't use magic anymore. I want the magic flamethrower.
I want the big one.
The big flamethrower.
The one that makes most magic.
Yeah, so I want to kind of explain that mechanism to Tizla and Human and just be like, so it's like a small piece of magic that sucks in more magic.
Okay.
But that's the bad part.
So, right. I just had an idea. What if we take out all the little magics that suck in all the other magics, put the guns back together, sell them without the pacing?
That's how you get stabbed in the back.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Mortimer here. That sounds like, while a fine plan to make money in the short term, in the long term, it sounds like something that will definitely get us revenge killed. And
well, then can we just take the little bits of magic and still toss the guns?
I don't want to be any kind of killed.
Yeah. I can see if I can disarm the gun, disarm the magic, and.
No, this is good. I just don't want anybody to be able to use them. I just want to make sure it can't suck the magic. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It was sinking. We're a slow-moving melon to the bottom.
Oh, I like melons.
Yeah, Human.
Yeah.
So I give the gun to Human, and I'm like, very careful.
Uh-huh.
Don't touch this part. This part makes it do the magic thing.
Okay.
But do you think you can find out? Do you think you can make it not do magic anymore?
No.
How would one go about doing that? Just take a look at it.
I don't know. He's a magic guy. Like, he does. You use the magic, so I just assume that you can
do it, Human.
Okay.
Big walls and stuff.
He picks it up and looks it over. What does this thing look like, Jack?
It's basically almost picture like one of those like hand Nerf dart guns. It's like a really overly big, like silly looking, like pistol looking thing.
Okay. Yeah, he kind of rotates it over and over in his hand and like pulls it up different directions. He like looks closely at it and like looking at different angles. Nope. Okay. I don't know anything about this.
Yeah,
it looks neat.
It was a fair try.
No, I agree.
Yeah. So Tisla, I don't know what I can tell you about as far as making these guns, these weapons inert. I don't think I have the magical expertise. I can't.
It doesn't take magic to toss them off the side.
Yeah.
That's true.
But let us remember the melon, right? Remember the melon and how if you drop the melon, it hits something and it goes smash.
Right.
I don't want to drop weapons down to that something either.
We don't know if there's anything down there.
That's true.
Alethea,
you're a surface believer?
Believer is a strong word. I'm a theorist. Yeah, because I have been aware of this magic crisis for a small time now, and I am concerned by it because the way the world works, you can't drop something for it just can't keep dropping forever, or if it does, it reaches terminal velocity, and that's no good either. So I guess I would like to think that there could be something down there, but I don't know how far. And I certainly don't want to fall out of the sky to find it.
Well, me neither. That's what I'm saying. Wouldn't it just be so easy just to throw it off the side and get rid of it? Then nobody's got to watch it. We don't have to worry about it sucking magics. And you know what? If it hits the bottom and goes kaboom, then we find out that, well, there's in fact a bottom.
Well, what if it falls forever and starts sucking magic?
Well, it only sucks magic when you pull the trigger, right?
Maybe some ice will freeze the trigger. And then it sucks magic forever.
There's ice in the air. This surface stuff is so confusing.
There's moisture in the air, and if the moisture gets cold enough, it becomes ice. And sometimes, yes, if something is exposed to enough moisture in the air and the temperature drops low enough, then it does become icy. And theoretically, you could have this situation that is proposed. So that's why I'm thinking it would be safest for everybody if we left it in the hands of the temple, because they seem pacifistic and that they don't want the magic to they seem aware of the problem and would not be tempted to use the weapons.
I mean, I guess that's an option. I don't know that I have a better answer.
Me either.
Truly, I mean, I feel like leaving them in anybody's hands is a bad idea. The point of the matter is, it's not about hiding them, it's about destroying them for me. I don't want anybody to keep them or use them or keep their hands on them.
Hey, why don't you punch it?
That's what I said earlier.
I can punch it.
No.
I mean, I don't know for sure, but
I want to get far away before she punches the thing that potentially might explode.
Okay. Well, maybe I should take a long rest first. That could be better.
Yeah, I would have had one between now, the bandit fight and now.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe I will punch it. Give me one of those. I'm gonna take one and put it on the ground. I'm gonna punch it.
I want to see this.
Give me athletics.
17.
So what's the name of your new character gonna be?
It's over.
Just kidding. Yeah, you punch it, and in super dramatic fashion, you just hit it, and the metal just kind of bends, and you hear some popping sounds, and that's it.
Does the little tiny magical piece that sucks in the magic come out?
Your alchemist can inspect it to see if she thinks it's broken.
Did I do it? Did I kill it?
So I pick it back up. I'm looking it over. Because I don't want to pull the trigger because I don't want to use any more magic. So I will another Arcana check.
Yeah, you'll have advantage.
At this point, would it just be investigation? Because
let's do Arcana with advantage. Because of the way it breaks, it'll be Arcana with advantage.
Arcana with advantage. So that's 2.
Oh,
I only need 1. So.
Hey.
Yeah, you kind of look and you see kind of inside of it where one of the plates fell off, and you can see there's like some magical runes that are written in there, and those runes have been smashed, and so they don't work anymore.
Yeah, I think you did it.
Really?
Like
I grab another one. I'm gonna punch it again.
Yeah, you just start like assembly line punching magic ends.
Mortimer, how do you feel about this, buddy?
I mean, I told you I didn't want to be a warmonger.
Okay.
It's expensive, but if we're all gonna die soon anyway, whatever.
Man, that is a pessimistic outlook, and I'm a pretty pessimistic person. But I'd like to think that we will figure out a solution to this problem, and nobody will have to die. Well, I mean, people will die because people die all the time, but like nobody will have to die on a mass scale.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I sure hope not. I've never been to war.
I like it when no one dies.
Me too,
Okay.
Human.
So we did it. So now what? What do we do with the broken weapons?
You guys ever live forever? That's pretty good.
Oh, I know what we can do.
What can we do?
We can go dump him on his door. Just outside his door.
I don't know, you might have hired some thugs or something.
But what if he fixes them?
That Wilbur guy is a real jerk.
Hired thugs.
He is a jerk.
What's a thug?
Yeah, I don't. So because we are mercenaries and we've been hired to do a job, but we're good mercenaries. A thug is like someone who does that but is bad.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, bad guy.
Well, I got good news and bad news.
Oh.
Okay.
The bad news is I might have used the word thug on your contracts because I didn't know the difference.
You called us a thug, and then tricked us into signing a contract that had our name next to the word thug.
I didn't trick you into signing anything. It's your signature.
I don't believe you. I'm still very much on the fence about you being a huddle buddy.
Well, the good news is it does say in the contract that if you break the merchandise, your contract is void. So I think you guys are out the deal.
Yay!
Oh, we did it! That's all I had to do was punch something. Everything is solved when you punch it.
That's not true.
I
Okay,
fixed
you
the
can
door.
read the fine print.
Well, you broke the door by punching it.
It's true.
I know, that's
But
why
I
I
fixed
said
the
it.
problem, which is that door was smacking people in the hiney.
Oh. Okay.
So does that mean that you don't want to come with us to the mountain with the goods that we were going to use to bargain with?
Does that question mean you want me to go with you?
What about just Gavin?
Wait, what about Gavin?
What about him? Does he want to come? I like that one. He can be a huddle buddy.
I mean, I feel like Mortimer has done us a good turn and is very much trying to do the right thing, and also is the purveyor of these goods, which would very much help us probably in getting on Carvos's good side. So we should consider bringing along Gavin and Mortimer. Both useful. Very useful.
You could just ask me if you want to be friends instead.
You guys want to be friends? With Mortimer?
Well, I thought we already was friends. I didn't know this was something that needed to be discussed.
Alright, Mortimer, we're friends. Let's go.
All right.
Oh. Stop using that gun.
Okay.
All
It's
right.
really cool, though. You gotta admit it's cool.
Can I see the one you have?
Yeah, here you go.
Thanks, Tesla, punch this.
Okay. She does.
Problem solved.
Oh,
Now you
man.
can still have it. It's cool.
I'm gonna find me a new really cool weapon.
Yeah, like a sword or a stick. Or like a
Those are silly.
stick. I have a stick.
I mean, if we had my workshop, if I had a workshop to work in, I could probably make you a weapon like this.
Or just use. Is that one of the ones that Tesla smashed?
That's my arm.
Oh,
No.
It-
never mind.
That's her,
I thought you
her
pulled up a
gun.
gun. You're fine. What Why don't you guys just use sticks? That's what I use. Tisley uses her fists. You could use fists.
My fists are kind of small. I'm a kobold.
Well, you guys start somewhere.
I can teach you how. Look, you don't have to. It's not about how big your fists are. It's how you use them. Wise dwarf once told me that, and look at me.
Yeah. Now she has
That's
rocks
true.
on her
I mean,
head.
look at you.
What's wrong with me?
Nothing.
Don't answer that question. I think before we head off and into the mountains, there are quite a few supplies we could use. It might get I'm gonna guess cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't know about you lots, but and she like looks down. You can see like she wears very little, other than what she has to, because she lives underground where it's hot. So, you know, just some coverings and it's got. You can brew us up some magical things to help us be stronger, feel better, right?
She could have shown fired.
Well, yeah. Oh. Well, maybe we should go shopping. You got a market here on the surface.
I can just make you guys food.
What? You
Yeah.
make food just appear.
Yeah.
My. Okay. Well, so what do we do? I mean, I feel like we should wait. I'm a bit concerned he's not come back yet. Anybody else?
I can make fire. I can tell you what the weather is gonna be like.
Can you find Wes for us?
Yeah, could you do that?
I know where he is.
I found him.
You know
I
where
thought-
Wes is?
Yeah, I told him to stay at the bar with Felix.
Perfect.
Oh, you getting him licked up so he's not so nervous.
Yeah, that was the plan. Totally. That was what I was thinking. Not
it-
I forgot to tell him where Wilbur Workshop is.
Oh, I'll see.
Great.
Going there.
No.
There's no. We don't have to worry about Wes running across an angry Wilbur.
As long as you don't think he's stupid enough to go outside and ask for directions, we should be okay.
I think we should go to the Ironworks and find Wes.
No, it's the Iron Works. The Iron Works is not where you want to go. That's a factory.
I know what I said.
I don't.
They've got streets there.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you can count me in.
Well, the bad news is you guys don't get paid for your contract. The good news is that means I have a lot of money to buy drinks. Let's go.
Well, that's good. You can bar then.
All right. Yay.
Okay, so you guys make your way with your now pretty much empty wagon, other than a couple lamps. Oh no, did y'all smash the magic lamps too?
No.
Okay.
No, just the weapons.
Just the
We're not
weapons,
that
okay.
destructive.
All right. So y'all take y'all's wagon and kind of park it, and you get to the Iron Works, which is a tavern that is actually built into an old ironworks plant.
Ah.
And so you go inside, and it's like half factory, half like bar. And you can see like Felix is kind of sitting at one of the tables. You don't see Wesley actually, but you do see Felix at one of the tables, and it's a pretty rowdy place. There's guys like playing cards, and there's people like arm wrestling at one table. It's a pretty bustling place. A lot of like factory workers and people like that come here.
Human walks in, towering over everyone, and says, "Hi, my name is Human, and I'm looking for my best friend Wesley."
Well,
Everyone in the room looks at you for like 3 seconds, and the whole room goes silent. And in like a cartoon, they all just go back to what they're doing, and the sound resumes like nothing ever happened. And Felix stands up and's like, "Over here!"
I found Felix, guys.
you did it.
Thanks, I did. And he starts to walk over towards Felix.
I follow.
Hey guys.
Hi, Felix.
Hey, well, where's Wesley?
You're my best friend.
Well, we decided to have a drink, and I guess maybe he doesn't do that much, because he drank a bit more than is normally responsible. And usually what's more than considered irresponsible, and now he's sleeping it off upstairs.
Okay. Well, have you checked on him? You like put his head to the side and stuff, right? His poor
Yeah.
little. Okay.
Totally. He's good. Totally.
Okay.
I'll be right back. I gotta go take care of something upstairs.
Well, okay.
He slips off for like 2 minutes and he comes back. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, just to make sure. So, well, we dealt with the weapons. Done.
Yeah,
We handled it.
we
Okay.
handled it
We just don't have any money.
with your hands. No, we have plenty of money.
I got lots of money.
See?
So,
Oh.
yeah. So Felix, yeah, we got you. We got you here to the Iron Nation and delivered you to this bar. But what are your next steps? Because I'm very curious to know what you're gonna do to hunt your father down. Not in that sense, but to find him and reconnect.
Well, I have some meetings already lined up in the next few days, and I am getting an expedition set up to go into the Underdark.
Right. So that's in a couple of days. You
I'm
said.
sorry, you said the Underdark.
The Underdark.
Now, why? In whatever goddess's name would you want us to go there?
Because that's where his dad went, remember?
Yeah.
He was doing research.
My dad was a professor of geology, and he believed that magic might be able to be found in rocks far below at the bottom of the island. And so he went on an expedition and never came back. And
Of course he did, because he went to the Underdark.
Well, I'm going back down there to find him.
I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news or bursting your little bubble or nothing like that, but if he's not come back, what makes you think you're going to come back?
I don't necessarily, but I have to try.
Have you ever been to the Underdark?
Of course not.
Are you going by
You know,
yourself?
Felix, you have a lot of
No.
money, right?
Yeah, I'm starting an expedition to go down there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It seems, you needed help getting across the pass, and you would need extra help, on this expedition, and in a sort of roundabout way, we might be able to help you if you can put off your expedition a little longer, because we're gonna go talk to someone who might know more about. I see Tisla over Felix's shoulder, shaking her head. I'm sorry, I think I need one second. I'm gonna be right back. Tisla,
I want to go to the Underdark.
I know you don't want to go to the Underdark, but this guy who's Felix's dad is he's got some of the best ideas about how to fix this problem of the magic running out.
Okay.
And
Let me tell you, I've pushed a lot of rocks with my fist. They're not magical. I don't know what he thinks he's going to find. Sounds a little crazy to me.
Hey, you guys remember that dream we had?
Yeah.
The dream wasn't outside.
I've got to go to the Underdark.
I mean, if we have to go to the Underdark anyways, because fate or whatever is going on, then we might as well try to team up with someone who has money and resources and money.
You know what else?
I'm not signing no contracts.
No, we don't have to sign a contract.
You got.
But
Hey,
What? He's gonna just take us up the mountain. We're gonna go see some wizard man. He's
you know
gonna
what
tell
else?
us all the secrets, and then we're gonna go down into the earth and find magical rocks. It's gonna solve
Miss
the problem.
Tesla.
What?
Remember what else?
No.
Remember the giant magical rock at the end of the dream? That was a
Uh,
magical rock.
There was a magical rock.
I mean, if we're operating under the assumption that the dream is real,
Which
Well, I'm
I
real.
have a feeling we are, because in fact I've never had a dream that was ever shared with somebody.
Yeah, I have.
All
but
right. All
that's
right.
different.
All right. You're right, Alethea. You're so right. He's gonna have. All right.
Okay, we're doing it. Hey, Mr.
Yeah.
Felix.
Yeah, meanwhile, there's some Mortimer sitting there right next to Felix, don't worry, buddy, they do this all the time.
Mr. Felix.
Yeah?
What if you wait until we come back with a wizard.
Wait, so you guys want to go to the Underdark with me? Help me find my father.
Yes.
It's a strong word. But
Wow.
we're gonna do it. We'll yes.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how much that means.
Tesla doesn't seem excited about the prospect of going to the Underdark because it is a scary and dangerous place.
I've
From
never
what
been there. It sounds neat.
In fact, I've learned today I can't laugh. So
We'll work on it.
Great,
I'll
I'll work
tell
on
you.
getting some contracts drafted up for you guys. And
No.
we'll
I
get
am
No,
not
we-
signing no contracts.
we Felix, we
Mhm.
have a rapport with each other now, and
Mhm.
and we have similar goals.
Right.
I don't see any need for a contract
All right, all right.
in such a formal sense. I feel like a handshake.
Fine, whatever.
just a
It was just a waiver, in case you run into drow or something.
Plus, I don't even use money.
Right? So really there's simply no need.
Yeah.
It's a mutually beneficial relationship.
All right then.
Cool. So while you are putting together the resources necessary to go under
Mhm.
the mountains, we will follow our lead to the top of the mountains,
Mhm.
and then we can reconvene
Yeah.
in a week.
You guys going mountain climbing?
Yeah.
Against my better judgment.
You only going up or down, do you?
I just really want to know why there's an island in the sky, and nobody told me about it.
Where else would it be?
Well, I was led to believe it was attached to land.
It is. All the land around it.
Oh, human.
Oh,
You're
since
so-
is the surface believer.
No, I'm just a confused believer. Somebody that's been lied to her whole life. And if it's just me, I still feel like I'm being lied to. We got the queen that's lived forever and is sucking magic out the sky. Nobody knows it. We're building weapons and sucking magic through weapons. And now we're supposed to go to Underdark where there's supposedly magic rocks. Let me tell you, I lived my whole life under the ground. I ain't never seen no magic. And now we're sharing dreams and they're little girls and we're supposed to go meet wizards on the top of mountains. It all seems so much like a fantasy.
Well,
This-
firstly, the Underdark is much deeper than where the dwarves are.
Oh, yes, I know. Scary. I've seen the entrance to the Underdark once. It made my hair stand on end, and not because it's in a mohawk, neither.
You ever seen a drow? Are they real?
Miss Tisla, when you were a littler dwarf, did anyone ever tell you stories?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, now you get to be the story. That's exciting. And then you can tell little dwarfs about your story, and they'll say, "Oh man, that human guy was nice."
I mean,
That is probably what they would get from my story.
I know. That's
Yeah.
what everyone gets from my stories.
I've heard stories of the drow. There's things that they tell you before you go to bed, keep you scared at night so you don't go roaming about the caverns. But they're supposed to be real.
They are.
do they really have 10 legs?
Well, not all of them.
Only some of them do.
Ooh.
Yeah. They're, right special, the drow. So, again, I question your want to go save your father. Maybe it's because I got daddy issues, but... The
My dad
Underdark's
was a
not a
wolf.
place... Well, yes, we know. The Underdark is just not a place to go just trouncing about. Do you even know how you're going to get there? You got a map. You're going to go get lost in the Underdark.
I do. I actually know where the entrance was that my father used, and I also have an idea of where he was going.
Right.
You're gonna love that.
Where is he going?
To the bottom of the island.
Okay.
To the very bottom.
Yep.
So he thinks at the tip-top bottom of the island, there's where this magical rock is.
That's what he was thinking.
Me too.
Where did he
He was
get
thinking, if magic holds the island up, well, magic doesn't just hold things up. Something somewhere has to be powering that or controlling that. So his best guess was if it wasn't at the top of the island, maybe it's at the bottom.
Did he go to the top of the island?
I believe he definitely went up a couple mountains and things like that.
Did he meet the wizard?
Not that I know of.
Well, then he didn't go to the top one.
We can ask. We can ask when we get to the wizard. We can ask if he has
Oh, yeah.
met Dr. Thomas.
Your
Yeah.
father
And
was
that gives you more of an incentive to wait for us because we can bring back news. If he did go to the top and he did meet this wizard, he might have more information, more specific information about where we might find him once we head down to the Underdark.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I mean, I'm gonna wait for you guys because I trust you guys. Y'all will be back. And
Yay!
we will be. Your father, did he
Mhm.
have like notes and such?
Oh yes.
He did.
Do you have them?
I don't have them on me, but I read a lot of them.
Okay.
How about this? The trip to the Underdark's going to be a long one.
Hmm.
Having some reading material might be what some might call smart and entertaining. I myself would be very interested in taking a peek at your father's notes. I'd like to know where he got these concepts and thoughts.
Well,
About-
those are locked up in the wizard's tower.
Oh, I tried to go there. They wouldn't let me in.
So the wizards live at both the tops of the mountain and the tops of the towers.
No, the wizards live in where Wesley's from. They have a tower.
The famous
Sick.
wizard's tower. It's quite a sight because you need to see it sometime. It actually floats over a hole in the island, held up by magic, almost like the island is. See, it has a stone at the bottom that's used to hold it up. So that's where he got the idea.
That
Oh, I
makes
see.
sense.
Like it's a smaller version of the one holding the island. In its
Exactly.
Who built this here wizard's tower? and
The
did all-
wizards.
Well, they say the goddess herself. It's been there for a long time.
Oh, I see. You mean this goddess that doesn't die?
Yeah, I think.
How, out of curiosity, Jack, how old are these kingdoms?
No one really knows. History goes back at least several hundred, maybe even over 1,000 years.
Okay.
But there's not really good timekeeping and good record keeping from like the kind of beginning. Just like the last few hundred years actually had good record keeping. So some people say, like, it's almost kind of like Earth debates. Like some people are like, oh, the island's only like 700 years old, and other people say it's been here for literally ever.
Okay.
The power of not having carbon dating.
Right.
Yeah, because whether he understands the flow of time or not, humans like 300 and change years old.
Yeah, so
So-
you might be over half the age of the island if those guys are right.
Perfect.
Wonderful. So I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. Well, so we'll be back. Just be here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, not going anywhere.
All right. All right. Well, come on, gang. We got a long trip back to where we came.
All right.
Don't forget Wes.
Oh, yeah.
We should we should probably I mean, I don't know, like
Well,
can we
the
try-
cart's empty. We can put him in the back.
Why don't
Yeah,
we
they-
just spend the night
Well,
and
that's a
leave
novel
in the
idea.
morning?
Oh, what time of day is it? It is nighttime, isn't it?
Yeah, it's probably pretty late because y'all been running around all day.
Yeah, we'll probably need to take a rest then. And just sleep the night off because we won't want to travel at night through the mountains.
No, that sounds like dangerous things to travel at night in the mountains, in the snow and the ice.
Yeah, it
so
could be
definitely
dangerous.
Just be
sounds
quiet.
like a plan.
If you
Just
travel quiet, you're fine.
Oh, yeah. All right then. Well, maybe some sleep.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, you guys can spend the night at the ironworks. So you have access to like food and drink and things like that. So is there anything y'all want to do in the city, either like over that night or like the next morning before y'all leave? And Mortimer is going to handle all the mundane supplies. He's getting like food and water and
Okay.
winter clothes and things like that, kind of for you guys. Kind
Okay,
of,
cool.
kind of funding the expedition.
Can we request maybe a couple health potions in that?
Yeah, totally. Y'all can each take. I'll give y'all 2.
Awesome.
Neat.
I have
Yeah,
a
but-
feeling that's going to be important.
Yes. Let's stock up a little bit. Let's see what add those to those character sheets.
Potion of healing.
I'm ready
Okay.
when you guys are.
I'm gonna grab some kind of, if there's a larger jug of booze and whatever is being served for breakfast, probably I would think cured meat or something, and bread, and yeah. And that's what I grab on my way out. I'm probably gnawing on like a whole loaf.
All right, guys, y'all ready to go back into the mountains? It went so well the first time.
Well,
I agree.
feel like we're a little more prepared this time.
Yeah, totally.
I'm excited.
Aren't you always?
Most
the
of
good
the
news
time.
is, look at this. Me and Gavin spoke last night, and based on the way the bandits left after the ambush and things like that, we think we know where the village is, or at least close to it, so we can find it.
Okay. I was just gonna ask the animals.
That works too.
We still
Huh?
might have to ask the animals.
Okay. I like talking to them.
We know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we kind of get this montage scene of you guys like leaving the city and kind of going up the hills that move up towards this tall, icy mountain range that's at the center of the island. You head back down the road you just came down, yet again going kind of up into these icy mountains that are full of snow and ice, even though it is summertime right now on the island. And once you kind of get to a certain point through Mortimer and Gavin's kind of understanding, y'all stop and y'all leave the wagon somewhere because it can't really go off road. And Gavin stays back with the cart to take care of the horses and such. And then y'all start on foot, start trekking through these mountains and through the snow. So, how is everyone kind of handling this trip now? So y'all are like probably going for a couple days, like on foot through the snow and mountains.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know shit about navigating mountains. Not from the exterior, anyways.
No.
It's cold and it's quiet. It seems like cold and quiet, great time. But cold and deep snow plus small person, kind of hard going and cold. Yeah. And I'm used to being in a workshop, which is warm.
Yep.
Warm. I miss warmth.
Yeah. His
You'll
is like,
be fine.
why would anyone want to live on the mountain and not in it?
How's Human handling it?
Just fine. Ewan lives outside. He doesn't have a house. I mean, the mountain's probably colder than normal for him, but he lives outside. And he just accepts the elements as they are. And so he has no shoes and is just trundling up the mountainside. And, you guys coming? And obviously he moves far faster than everyone else because he has giant legs and they're probably up to their thighs in snow.
I feel like at some point Mortimer would like ride on his shoulder because he's so small as a kobold.
Yeah.
And you're like really big.
I'll pick him up. I just hold him. Like a lantern.
Yeah.
Come on, little guy! You're the tiniest one! Whoop! And he keeps picking him up. Whoop! Gotcha!
If you're gonna pick me up, just keep me up!
No, you gotta get stronger all on your own. That's how you get big like me.
If I could fire you.
You can't! I don't work for you. Or anybody. Just me. Anyway, it's this way. And he starts walking in a direction.
Yeah, so y'all kind of continue like this. We get a couple shots of like probably Human like talking to some rabbits and things, trying to figure out where to go. And finally, you guys see the village out in the distance. This is a small village. There's maybe like 15 or 20 like wooden buildings kind of built up between two mountains, lit by several fires and torches. It's a very cold, very kind of bleak looking place, and you can see the motion of a good amount of people down there. It's up to y'all how y'all want to approach this.
Do you think they're gonna be mad if we just walk in?
I mean, I can't imagine that Carvos is going to be particularly happy to see us again. But we have come in good faith and with gifts. And I mean, we don't want to seem threatening. So we may as well just
Even bring any offerings or nothing like of peace or things.
we did. We brought lamps. We kept the lamps.
Oh, okay. Well, this is true. All right. Well,
So, which is great because that was the cargo he was going to steal or thought he was stealing in the first place. So I mean, I feel like this is probably a win-win.
all
You
right.
know, for
well,
him.
then you first.
But hey, you guys remember the wizard?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The wizard told him that he has to stop fighting us because we're friends.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So
Well,
we
then
could
you
just go
first,
say
then.
hi.
You think so confident.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll just stroll into town and
Yeah.
find Carvos.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what y'all want to do? You want to stroll in?
Yeah, we're just gonna stroll in.
Not
Yeah.
threateningly. Just
Yeah,
stroll
not
in.
threateningly.
Okay. Yeah, so as y'all kind of approach this village, you see the people more close. You see a lot of like women and children here as well, not just like men and like bandits like you maybe would have expected. And a lot of them kind of duck into buildings and hide from you. You see a couple of them kind of go running into the village as you get close. And as you reach the edge of this village, you see the large form of the bandit leader Carvos come kind of storming out of one of the buildings. And crossing his arms, he kind of just stands there and waits as you approach. When you're close enough, he kind of calls out and just goes, well, what do we have here?
We're back.
We come in peace. We're back. And we have something for you. Because we were told that you might Father Giles.
Right.
Letter. Oh my gosh, like letter and here from the father.
Yep, is that it? Hmm. And what is your business with the old master?
We don't know yet.
We kind of don't know, but we're looking for information because we are going to the Underdark.
Yeah.
He kind of
Really?
raises an eyebrow at that.
Just ignore that part. Really, what we need you to do is help us find this wizard. You know, your friend that showed up and was ordering bits around and kind of stopped the battle and got rid of the flying
I know who the
things.
old master is.
Yes. Yes.
And I know
we-
exactly where his temple is.
Oh, great.
So you can take it.
Aye.
Great.
Well, fantastic. Well, let's go. What we're waiting on?
Not so easy.
Oh.
What do you mean?
You see, only those worthy of meeting the old master can be brought before him. And so I have a way where you can help us and make sure at the same time that you are actually worthy of meeting the old master in the first place.
So there's like a test.
Sure. You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
All right.
Okay. I mean, is that a metaphor or something?
Yes.
Oh. We don't really scratch each other's backs.
Oh.
No.
Hands are dirty and such.
Right.
Yeah.
It means you do something for me, and then I will
Okay.
do something for you.
Okay.
All right. Well, would you like to tell us what it is you need us to accomplish?
You seem like you know how to handle yourselves well, which is good, because we have a bit of a problem in our area that we need taken care of. And unfortunately, a lot of my men are injured or dead, and we haven't been able to get anyone out there to take care of it.
What
I'm
happened
sure
to
you
them?
want-
Yes, what is that injured them?
Well, Some of them were injured by the problem I'm sending you after. Some of them
Oh.
hurt by you, but that was on us.
Okay.
So what is out there that's been hurting them?
Well, it started a few weeks ago when we found strange tracks outside the village.
Oh.
Very long, spread out tracks. We sent some men out to investigate, and only a couple of them came back. And it appears that we have a problem with a great ice worm.
Oh.
Worm?
Yeah.
Is that usually a problem? You have a bug problem.
No,
Yeah.
a great ice worm is not a bug.
Oh.
They are many times larger than your bubbly friend there.
Is this something I would know of? Do they live like in mountains and under the ground? Is that something that I might have come across before?
They live more in the ice, so probably not.
Okay, not these. Well, I just saw ice for the first time just a few days ago, so I definitely have not encountered no worms. So, you want to help fill me in here on what you mean?
Imagine a little worm,
Right?
but the size of a house,
Oh,
and its teeth let it dig through solid ice.
oh, well, that's right scary now, isn't it?
Sometimes.
Well,
So
so
you go take care of this, get rid of this ice worm that seems, or figure out why it's doing whatever it's doing and get it to not do that thing.
no, I want you to kill it.
Specifically, kill it.
Yes.
Oh.
They are deadly predators that want nothing more than to eat people.
Okay.
That's fair. That okay. So we need to kill we need to kill it and then bring back proof that we killed it.
Exactly. You do that, and I take you to the old master.
What if I make it a friend? And he promises not to eat you?
No,
Oh.
I want it dead. Come on, nature boy. You know very well about the circle of life and hunting and hunters and all that. Bring it back here. We'll cook it up and eat it.
Oh.
You can eat the worm.
Oh, yes. Very chewy meat. Quite good.
Oh.
Okay. Well, why don't we just simply start by you putting us in the direction of this here worm, and we'll do our best to return it so you can eat it.
Perfect. And he basically draws up a small map for you guys that kind of points you north out of the village and kind of up the side of a mountain to where they've marked where its burrow supposedly is. It says, now, it's getting late. I suggest you spend the night here. We'll put you in a bunk. At first dawn, you can head out and be there before nightfall.
Okay then.
Yeah, I am freezing, so a place that's warm would be very welcome.
You know, with fire would be nice.
We can provide a fire, but I'd get used to the cold. After all, we've had to.
Well,
It's not that bad.
it's fine and dandy, but I definitely haven't. Okay, you know what? We appreciate your bunks. We're gonna assume that you don't sleep entirely in the cold, and we'll be up bright and early in the morning, headed to kill us a worm.
Cool. Yeah, so you guys are given kind of one of the little bunkhouses that has room. They'll probably kind of introduce to some of the people here a little bit. So these are people that were exiled from the two nations and kind of forced to flee for one reason or another, and came here and now live up in the mountains. So some of them were pretty heinous criminals at one point, though they have very strict laws and rules that they have to follow, where they can either basically start a new life for themselves or they're not going to last long. Some of them were kicked out just for their beliefs or ideals, things like that, and then came here to hide out. So you have this village of families and children, and you basically learn that Carvos is their leader, being this dishonored paladin who came here and started this village and created a place for people to run to whenever they're chased from the kingdoms. So y'all are given some bunks. There's a fire. They prepare pretty unseasoned and pretty flavorless meat and things like that for you guys. Some little like snowberries and stuff as well in case human doesn't want meat. And kind of prepared this very simple meal for y'all. Y'all are able to get some sleep, and as y'all drift off to sleep and prepare to battle the great ice worm, we're gonna actually wrap up a little bit early here this week. Being a man down in a role-playing episode tends to cut it a little bit short, but
That
it was
works.
good.
Reasonable.
That
It's true.
works.
Oh, we get to kill a worm next time, an ice
We
worm.
do
Well,
a
shit.
great ice worm.
Let's see, will it shatter under her fist?
Or we'll be
Tune in to
eaten.
find out next week.
Get eaten by a giant worm.
It's Tisla, human, and the worm.
Oh, God.
There's our SpongeBob reference before anyone else makes it.
Yeah. Oh, and that's just the tongue, and the whole thing is the worm. It's my favorite episode.
Oh, so good.
What if we take the village
And
and
move
push
it?
it somewhere
Shit, somewhere
else?
else.
No, this is Patrick. Perfect. Guys, so that was episode 4, coming conflict of Island in the Sky. We're going to wrap up a little bit early here. We're going to get the heck out of here, and we're going to go host a friend of ours. So first, before we do that, let's go around the table, hear who you guys are again, and get your thoughts on this episode. We'll start with Kenny. Kenny, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet, and what do you think about today?
I'm Kenny Hill. You can find me almost anywhere at /@.KennyHill. And oh my gosh, I was a sad girl today, and like seeing people talk to my boss like that was just like traumatizing, but like she kind of needed it. Like she needed to get kicked out of the nest a little bit, so it was very, I feel much more bonded to Human and Tisla at this point than I was previously. It was a good episode.
Kenny, if you ever need me to talk to your boss like human, let me know. I got you. Perfect. Let's jump over to Dot. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what do you think about today?
Yeah, I'm Little Red Dot. You can find me online on all the different socials as little_red_dot. If you are not a social person, but you do like the Discord better, you can actually find a link to my personal Discord where we chat all things RPG, as well as other things. Like you can come post pictures of your pets, and I mean, we talk all kinds of crazy stuff. So come hang out there. You can find all that right there on my Twitter. I play for a ton of awesome channels just like this one throughout the week, and I am officially launching Wednesday games on my own channel, which thanks to unMadeBot there. Thank you, bot. You can check my link, and I am adoring this campaign, and I'll tell you why. One, because it's fun to play a character that has no concept of this realm whatsoever, of like trying to like understand what it means to come, because Chelsea has all the understanding of D&D, but like Tisla doesn't. But I also, one, the role playing is a blast, but there's also this like this impending building doom that like I think as a player I'm feeling coming in, which I'm really enjoying from Jack. This idea of like people are beginning to get frantic, there's this oncoming war, but it's like, wait a second, is the island sinking? You know, like everybody's like, I feel like we're on the cusp of like everything just shattering and breaking, and that like rising anticipation is it's really fun, and it keeps the stakes very high.
I like that Kenny's character is the driving force behind the game.
Yeah.
Like Tisla's in full panic mode. Wes doesn't want to be here at all. Human just wants to be here. And Alethea's the only one actually trying to get things done.
Right? I mean, let's think about it. Like what? Less than 2 weeks ago, I punched a hole in my world.
Yeah.
I literally, you know, it's like, and then I get up here and I'm like, wait, what? You're going to war? What? There are gun-sucking magic? What? There's a queen that doesn't die? Like, who are you people? What are you doing on the surface, you crazy surface dwellers? Like,
yep. I like
yeah,
this.
it's just, yeah, the chaos is just wonderful. It's
I'm
like
a
the
fan.
most controlled chaos ever.
Loosely controlled chaos.
Loosely controlled chaos. Slowly sinking chaos.
Yep. And writing that chaos in, Jack, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what do you think about today's episode?
Hey, yeah, my name is Jack. I go by JackoBuddy all over the internet, on Twitter, Patreon, DM's Guild, all these different places where I do a lot of writing. I write like D&D adventures and like some other content as well. I am actually a City of Mist writer, also working on some content for them. So can't wait to share exactly what I'm working on when I can. So doing all that on Tuesday nights, I'm on the Reliant Games channel, which is actually a company that I own that we'll be talking about in a little bit. Then on Wednesdays, I'm currently playing in the Anchorman series on Little Red Dot's channel, which is all full of hilarious 70s one-liners and great stereotypes. It's a fantastic game.
Jack has had one of my favorite improvised moments yet.
Please tell me talking about the handshake.
I'm totally talking about the director's handshake. And you can actually find more. That YouTube video should come out this weekend, so you can go back and watch the VOD and watch Jack in all his improvised glory. Because literally, I was like, "Damn, that was good." It's good stuff.
The director's handshake. Yeah, go watch it if you haven't seen it. It's a great series. Can't wait to see what other things she runs on Wednesdays. And then Thursdays, I'm right here on unMadeGaming running Island in the Sky. We are roughly a third of the way through this campaign, depending how you math it. It's technically week 5 out of 15, but it's episode 4 out of now 14 since we lost a week. So depending how you math it, we're either a third or almost a third of the way in. The second third is going to be a lot of fun, and then the last third is just going to be all kinds of fun.
And then we die.
And then we die.
Just like the dream.
Pretty much. And so I really love this cast, all the characters. The characters are what's making this great. I wrote a world that I thought was pretty cool and a storyline that I thought was fun. But it's these characters and the way that they interact with everything that's really putting the life into this game. And that's just really, really cool to see. And, it's funny, you were talking about all the chaos and stuff you're seeing. And that's something that I wrote in there. And then looking back at it, it very much reminds me of actually one of my favorite video games, which may have inspired this one, I didn't even realize it, is when you're talking about it, you directly reminded me of Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. When the moon is literally about to crash into the city, and everyone's like, let's have a festival.
Yeah, and you're like, what?
So let's ignore that because we don't want to talk about it, and let's just have a festival.
You just made Kenny's day.
Mm-hmm. So that's what that reminds us. So yeah, I love the way this game's going. I love this cast, and this is super great. This is the dream team, and thank y'all for being part of it. It's super fun.
Awesome. And since I usually make them do it, I'm going to jump in here and tell you guys about our 2 sponsors for this show. One sponsor is Reliant Games, which is run by Jack. Jack is starting up a new company called Reliant Games. They're working on doing podcasts for podcasters and for streamers as well. Jack is going to be taking all of this show and turning it into a podcast for us, available on all the podcast catchers that you possibly want to use. And if you guys want him to edit your podcast, go check that out. He also does WanderQuest, which I just had a blank spot in my brain for, as well as a bunch of the podcasts for the new Encounter Roleplay stuff that's coming out.
Their new feed, which is up now.
Yeah, I've seen that. Also, Kenny is here for Dice of Rolling, which is a complete set of polyhedral dice featuring optimized quantities for 5th edition, as well as a whole bunch of sweet-looking wooden tokens. It's like carrying an army of miniatures in your pocket. So go check those guys out. Use code UMG for $1 off, and then kick back some cash so we can make cool art like this and put on a cool cast like this. And with that, guys, we're going to go host our friends at Encounter Roleplay. They are currently playing City of Mist, actually. So go check those guys out. City of Mist is a wonderful game, and I love it. And from all of us to you guys, bye-bye.
Later.